Hey, this is Dennis. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving and just been working around on the farm, and I know I mostly just show Bible studies, but I do a lot of things around here, and sometimes it takes up so much of my work. I'm like, man, I don't have the time to be doing this work and making a video too. But I thought I'd go ahead and make this one and let you know, working around a little bit on bee stuff. Had one beehive, well, I'll show you down here. Had one beehive right down there that I took 3 frames out of it about a week and a half ago, and it was full of honey, and I put brand new frames back in there and replaced it. I don't have a spinner, so I did the crush and strain method, and got some honey out of that. But I took my frames after I got the honey out, and I just let the bees clean it up. And then the strainer bag, which was in my bee bucket, and I'll show you my bucket. These are the frames I'm cleaning up here. So I've got these 5-gallon strainer things that, you know, I take the lid off this bucket, and got my honey gate here. And so after I've collected the honey, and oh, by the way, this is where I cleaned up yesterday. I was getting propolis, cleaning them up and getting the propolis off the frames. So I got the 3 frames, got my honey out, and so I put the frames out to let the bees clean it up, put it on the front part of the house, and they did. And I took the bag that had all the beeswax and everything and hung it from a tree over here, and just let the bees rob it. They were on it 3 or 4 days heavy. So I went about my business, and then a few days ago I was riding a tractor down here and just did a slow drive-by the beehives, and that one hive I'd taken the 3 frames out. As soon as I saw the front entrance, I was like, oh yeah, they're getting robbed. So that afternoon, and I was like, well, they probably done got all the honey. But that afternoon, I went ahead and popped the top off and looked in there. Sure enough, they were being robbed, but they had only been robbed about 50% of the honey. So I immediately got in gear, took all the frames out, got them in the garage, took them in the house, did the crush and strain. And this time what I did, I took the bag of bee wax and all that, and I put it in the garbage, and I washed these frames down really good with water to get the excess honey off, and I let it flow down in that drain area and just washed it all out. So then I started looking at YouTube videos about collecting propolis and making a propolis tincture. And all the YouTube videos I looked at, they're propolis, most all of it was really, really dark. Yeah, I mean even darker than this right here. Let's see if I can get a better look there. Right in here. But I would say over half of mine was a real light colored propolis. And maybe it's because, well, I don't know if you can see back there in the woods, we got a lot of white pine trees. And maybe they were getting the pine sap to make their propolis, their bee glue. So that's what I'm doing. Got me a couple bottles of Everclear. I mean, I wasn't sure, 1 bottle, 2 bottle, but if it only takes 1 bottle, I'll take 1 back and get my money back. But that's what I'm doing. Just getting all this together, and the you know, what's not propolis, I just been cleaning down in this bucket, which I'll dispose of that. But I know the hardest part of cleaning this out, where their brood area is. I mean, that's some hard stuff to clean up. But I'm slowly working on that. Let me go in here and I'll show you, I collected some honey last year, a year before, and then what I've got this year. And I treat my bees. I don't feed them sugar water. I don't mess with them. I don't go in there and check the hives and all up their butt. I leave them alone. And if you'll notice, on all of them I have 2 brood boxes and a super on top. And if I take honey out, I only take what I can get out of the super. And other than that, I leave them alone. And one thing I've seen about that, doing that, is that my honey never crystallizes. Let me turn on these lights here. I'll show you. I got one. The guy that's teaching me the computer stuff, I'm going to give him a little thing of honey. Now this is some honey from a year or 2 ago. That's real pretty honey. Has never ever crystallized. But I started fooling around with bees about 4 years ago. And like I said, I don't feed my bees no sugar water. I leave them enough honey in the wintertime that they can make it through. But years ago, I used to go to these, people had little bee farms, you know. I'd go straight to the farm and buy the honey. And within 6 months, what you didn't use, it crystallized. So I thought, I bet you they just pouring the sugar water to them. But that's a neat thing. Mine has never, ever crystallized. And I'm thinking this is 2-year-old honey here. 2-year-old honey has never, ever crystallized. On that top shelf on the left-hand side is honey. I'm thinking it's 1.5 years, 2 years old, never crystallized. This is the honey I got out of that one hive. I robbed 3 frames, and then the whole hive got attacked. And so I was able to save about half the honey out of there. So they had plenty of resources. I mean, I wasn't greedy. I didn't go overboard on taking honey. I left them plenty of honey. So I don't understand it. But I think what I'm gonna do in the future, if I go out there and take 2 or 3 frames out of a hive, I'm immediately gonna put back and replace it with brand new frames. And when I come in, I'll go inside. I'm gonna do the crush and strain method, or maybe for Christmas, my wife will buy me one of those spinners. And I'll have it inside, and then I'm gonna get it all and take it 5, 10, 20 miles away from home here, and let some bees from another area rob it. I guess it got them in a robbing frenzy. Now, why they didn't attack those 3 hives there? They only attacked the one hive I had taken 3 frames out of. So that's my plan in the future, and then maybe what I'll do is reduce the entrance. Whatever hive I take some frames out of, I'm gonna reduce the entrance size just to safeguard if they're being attacked. And then what I got, I'm gonna take it way away from my property here and let bees in that area clean it up, and then I'll bring it back. But I know one thing, this was my original beehive over there. I've had it about 4 years, and the bottom 2 brood boxes are starting to rot, especially the very bottom one. So here in the next month, weeks or months, I'm gonna take another box. I've got that frame set up right over there. You can see there's nothing on it. I'm gonna have my new bee box set up over there and transfer those bees over there. Now, I know all the YouTube videos I've looked at, they say never move your bees more than 4 feet away from the original site. Well, that's definitely more than 4 feet. I'd say it's 35 or 40 feet. So I'm running the risk of losing all my bees there. I hope not. And then my past mistakes, like I just went over, now if I see an opportunity, I haven't gotten any honey out of that hive in about 2 or 3 years. If I see the opportunity, they're just loaded with honey, I'm gonna still need 2 or 3 frames. And then do what I was telling you there, and hope and pray I don't lose another hive. If I do, I'll be down to just 2. I know one thing, I'm tired of buying bees. Well, y'all pray for me. Hopefully it'll go well. God bless y'all. Walk with God one day at a time.